All right, so surface area of triangular prisms. I want to cut right to talking about triangular prisms. So we'll skip this part about Harry and Quinn and go right here. Um, so a triangular prism is composed of the following faces. Okay, three of these lateral ones. What shapes are these? Rectangles. So we're going to say three rectangular faces connected to the bases. Two blank bases, triangular bases that are parallel and congruent. Parallel and congruent. Let's talk about parallel. You see how I put my hands here? These are parallel to each other, the two triangles. Congruent. Remember we talked about congruent? What does congruent mean? Same size. Yeah, they have to be the same size. Okay, so it says, remember the bases of three-dimensional objects um, do not touch. Okay, so I was told, pretty much it was unanimous, it's quicker, easier. It is quicker and easier, and if you're able to follow it, much easier to figure out the surface area with the formula. So the formula, if you're ready, is let me write it over here. So over here, we're going to write the formula for the surface area. Okay, it's going to be base times height, base times height of the triangle. So this is of the triangle. Put a little triangle there. Okay. And then plus the perimeter times the length. Write that down. All right. So base times height, and that's of the triangle, plus the perimeter times the length, which we did before. Okay. So let's figure this out. Um, if we want to find the surface area, first thing we have to do is look at your triangle and let's figure out the base and the height. We want the base length and the height. So the base is 6. What's the height? 4. It's on the other side, but we could just bring it over. It's 4. Plus, well, we need the perimeter, right? We need the perimeter. Let's see if we can find that. Can we find the perimeter, the distance all the way around this triangle? We got 6, we got 5. What's this missing one? 5. You transfer it over again. So the perimeter turns out to be 5 plus 5 plus 6, 16. And then we want the length of the whole thing. This is going to be the length, and that's 9. Okay? So that would give us the surface area for this whole thing. The base of the triangle times the height plus the perimeter times the length of the whole thing. Let's go ahead and figure that out. Okay? So 6 times 4, that's 24. How about 16 times 9? How much is that? Okay. So that would make the surface area 168 square centimeters. And we won't have to figure out the area of each individual piece and add it up. Any questions? All right. So here's my challenge to you. I would like you to try that here on number 1. Use the formula. Surface area is base times height of the triangle plus the perimeter times the length of this prism. All right. Give it a try. I'll write this up here. So 184.2 inches squared. Anybody else get an answer like that? Okay. Let's see how we can get that. So the first thing we want is base times height. And so the base is 6 and the height is 5.2. Then we have to add the perimeter. So the perimeter has to be all the way around our triangle. And how much is that? What's the distance all the way around? 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6. And then we multiply that times the length, which is 8.5. And that, if you do it correctly, this was what, 31.4? 2. And how about 18 times 8.5? That was 100 and so that's how we got that 184.2 square inches. Okay. So I don't think we need to do a bunch of these. Let's just practice a couple more. Um, let's move on to 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Let's move on to 4, 5, and 6. So a carpenter is building a unique jewelry box in the shape of a right triangular prism with the dimensions shown below. How much wood will it take to complete the project? Okay. Here they are asking us to find the surface area, basically, to figure out how much wood to get. So let's practice on this one. So this one's completely sealed up. It's not a net. So it's a little tougher maybe, but give it a try. Let's find the surface area of this one. Inches. Okay. All right. Oh, I've seen these. What are they? I forget the name of the candy, but it comes in this triangular. The chocolate candy below. Yes, Toblerone. The chocolate candy below is being wrapped in a cardboard box. How many square centimeters are needed for the box? Okay. Find the surface area. Let's do it. So we want to solve this equation to figure out our answer for x. X is the missing side. Let's see if we can't solve it. Finally, we get into some real math into this thing. What length of x is going to work? So what answer do we get? May not be a pretty one, but what do we get? Yeah, round it to the nearest tenth. X is 1 point. Okay. It's not drawn to scale, but it's an answer. All right.